It's that time again, it's Sunday. And it's also Halloween! Though I was really confused because yesterday everyone was like, Happy Halloween, because apparently people were having parties on Saturday so they could get like freaking drunk and then hungover today. So I was really confused about what day it was. But today we're talking about body image or body types, anything to do with how you perceive yourself, how you perceive other people, how the media perceives people. So let me just start off by saying that I cannot tell male body types. To me, they all look the same. They're just like straight down. They're like pencils. I mean, I understand that some of them are like muscular and some of them are super skinny and some of them have beer bellies and all that stuff. And that's like genetically decided, but it's kind of like if that skinny person worked out a whole heck of a lot, they could become that muscular person. So I don't know. Someone, hopefully there'll be a guy on this channel who explains it. But for me, I just can't tell. Girls, on the other hand, I can totally see all the different body types. Like, there's the ones that go like that, or the ones that go like that, or I don't know. It's all related to like fruit and hourglasses. But my whole thing with that is some people, you know, look better based on their body type. Like, I'm sorry, but it's true. They're more aesthetically pleasing. And they can work out as much as they want, but they're never going to be able to work off their, like, bone, which is what determines their hip size and all that stuff. And, I don't know, in the old days, we were supposed to like people with, like, really wide hips because that meant they were of good birthing stock or whatever. But nowadays, the body type that people like is the one that's pretty much just, like, an hourglass. I'm pretty sure the hourglass shape is the one that everyone likes. I don't know. I don't know the exact shape that I like, but like when I see it on a lot of different people and I'm like, oh, I like that type. But I don't know the exact vernacular for it. Okay, so many of you know that I watched this TV show called Glee. And it was getting a lot of really great reviews because they said, here's a TV cast that looks like high schoolers. Well, first of all, half of them are like in their late 20s, so no, that's not true. I'm sorry, but half the high schoolers actually look like what television perceives middle schoolers to look like. Yeah, anyway. But I really don't like the images presented by Glee because the only times that you see a guy with their shirt off is if they're good looking. Like, you're not gonna see Jufro, well, okay, you did, but he was like this, so it doesn't count. But you're not gonna see people who don't have, like, the perfect six-pack abs with their shirt off. And it really annoys me because A, they get paid more for doing that, and B, you're presenting this idea that unless you have the perfectly toned abs, you shouldn't be taking your shirt off. And it's annoying because I don't know anyone in high school who looked like that. Well, not in my high school. I know this one gay guy who looks like that, but he doesn't count because he's gay, and all he does is work out and eat nothing. Okay, and then all the girls on there, except for two, are pretty much the exact Hollywood idea of what a woman should look like. So, okay, the two, I'm just gonna say this, are Mercedes and Tina. And you'll see them and be like, oh my gosh, they're such normal people. But the show doesn't portray them that way. Like, it doesn't give them the same opportunity. So you know that GQ shoot where there was a controversy this week or something, and Lea Michele and Dianna Agron pretty much wearing nothing. Even though they were wearing more clothing than most GQ photo shoots. But I digress. Anyway, see, you're never gonna see Amber Riley, who plays Mercedes, or Tina Ushkowitz, who plays Tina. No, Jenna Ushkowitz, who plays Tina. You're never going to see either of them wearing little to nothing because they don't have that body type that people buy magazines for. And that's annoying and that's stupid because they have this show about people in high school and just normal people and people who look like high school students, and then they only sexualize the ones who are perfect looking. And to me, that is giving America this bad image because A, it's not a family show. So if your little kids are watching it and being informed on America by it, you're a horrible parent. But B, even though I think I started with one, B, the people in the show who are supposed to represent true high school students are always portrayed somewhat negatively in the media. Like, in the TV show, it's good, but you're not going to see them on the magazines, and that's really annoying. And last point, before Glee, Ryan Murphy, who created Glee, had this TV show called Popular, and it was pretty much like Glee except for 1,000,000 times better and had no singing. Like, seriously, this TV show was made like 10 years ago. So it was dealing with topics that people even nowadays aren't okay with dealing with. Like, there was this episode where this teacher decides that he's going to get a sex change, and the school freaks out about it, and they try to kick him out of the school because they're afraid that he's presenting such a negative idea for all these kids in high school. And the episode was beautiful, and it dealt so well with the issue, and I'm not going to give away the ending, but the ending was realistic, and it wasn't like a Hollywood happy ending, and I loved that episode. And I love that show in general because it dealt with so many different issues that no one dealt with in 1999. No one barely deals with it nowadays. There were gay people on the show who were gay. They weren't gay because it was Sweeps Week, and they weren't gay so they could make out with people. They were gay. So I'll recommend that you go watch Popular. It's only about like 42 episodes because it only lasted 2 years. But it's an amazing show, and it's definitely worth a watch. And now I just challenge you to question your own body type and the body type of others. And does it really matter? I mean, when you're in your bedroom doing hanky-panky with someone, and most of you will have the lights off, I understand that, but you're not gonna notice. I mean, when everything's vertical, you don't notice. I mean, you might notice if they're incredibly fat, but other than that, I don't think body type really makes that much of a difference. So, yeah, if you guys want to comment on that. I'm not really doing Halloween this year because I'm too old to trick-or-treat and all my friends are off at college. So I'm handing out candy to little kids, and in my family, the whole point is to try and scare them so hard that they don't come into the house to try to steal our candy so that we can have it. So this year, I think I'm gonna go as a headless horseman, or I always had this like death costume I wore, but that one was really bad because one time a kid just like ran screaming and dropped their candy. So I don't know, cool.